Hi, this scatter is called find the next perfect square. What we have to do is to create a function that takes a argument that would be either a perfect square or not. If it's not a perfect square, we can immediately return -1. But if it is a perfect square, we have to find the next perfect square. How to go about that? Well, here we are. First of all, if we want to know if a argument is a perfect square or not, we have to find the root of the argument. And we can find it as follows. Print the square to the power of a half, and that's the root. If you multiply 11 by 11, you get 121, which is a perfect square. So let's call this root. But how do we get the next perfect square? As you can see, the expected result is 144. And that's interesting. When you multiply 11 by 11, you get 121. When you multiply 12 by 12, you get 144. So we should just add up 1 with the root. Let's write it out. Return the root plus 1. Let's put that between parentheses. But squared. 144. There we are. But how do we check out if a argument is not a perfect square? Let's have a look. 155 is apparently not a perfect square. And why not? What is the hallmark of an integer which is not a perfect square? There you see it. You get a handful of decimals. When we just print the root, you also get a handful of decimals here. So we have to make a differentiation there. You have a built-in method is integer. Let me demonstrate that. Let's say that we have a variable 11 and a variable b, which is 11.1, which has a decimal number. Both are float types. Type A So as you can see, A and B have a float class. However, A doesn't have a decimal number. It's a perfect rounded 11. But how can we differentiate between the two? For that we have the isInteger method. Let me demonstrate that. Print, and let me take this. A dot is underscore integer. And as you can see, A will be marked as an integer, it returns true, but B is not. And this is the method that I want to use in this method. We can return root plus 1 between parentheses squared if root dot is underscore integer is true, else we just return -1. So in this case we return -1 as we would expect, and here it should return 676. And it does. Well, let's try this out. Flawless. Hooray. Hope this has been useful. If it has been, please consider dropping a like and hope to see you in another video. Ciao.